What is good, y'all? SGG Gaming. It's your boy SmooveGotGame back with another Pittsburgh Pirates rebuild video, baby. And today we're going to get further into month one of year two, getting us closer to draft day, which is probably the most important thing here in the early stages of the series. So if you guys are ready for this next episode, make sure you guys please hit it with a like, comment, subscribe on your way to the video. Show that love and support for your boy, as we got a lot of action-packed things. We got to get into our scouting, diving into that a little bit. We're going to have a couple of division matchups here. As you can see, we're number one seed by only a half game over the Reds, and we have them for a 3-game set here in about a week after our little away trip to California. Get a little fun out there, but of course, we got to focus in on scouting. And last week, we went ahead and went East center field, international left field, and some first basemen as well. So we wanted to take a look at some of these guys here up at the top of the draft. That could potentially be that number 2 overall pick. And here, Julian Cortez is 2 on the MLB board, dropped all the way back to 29 after getting a little bit scouted. But he's going to be a great hitter. Just kind of looks like the fielding is what's holding him back. Still 67 to 98 potential, so still a long way we could potentially go with that. There's David Reyes, 63 to 94 on his potential. He's dropped back a little bit on our board as well. Dan Tabarni, Pedro De La Rosa, like all those guys are kind of dropping down further on our board. But of course, it's only 20% scouted, so things can still change. And I'm still seeing some blue there on the potential, so we're still hopeful for that area. Same thing kind of goes for the left fielders and the center fielders. Just kind of getting this beginning information. A lot of them are dropping down. Actually, even Doug Watson, number 1 on the MLB board, 30th on ours. We're still getting more information about these guys, so I kind of want to stay in the same area. Of course, 20% is barely anything. Like, it's barely even close to the gap on some of these ranges here. So we definitely want to go ahead and stick with the same positions while we're scouting. And coming out of our Cali trip, it looks like we end up losing the series to San Francisco, winning the series against the Angels here, including a 10-1 victory in game number 1. We had 12 hits as a squad, 3 of them going to the rookie Chung Chun. A home run for Pete, Cabrian, and Henry, and then Jared Jones with a complete game victory, only giving up 1 earned run, 4 Ks though. So strikeout numbers are down, but hey, if you get a complete game victory, I'm not even going to worry about no strikeouts, as that'll lead us straight into our first series against the Reds. You see they are now above us at 11-7 with 10-9. They are now above us in the standings, so we have to, kind of win this series here to bounce back, and that's not a great start. As we're in player lock mode here with Pete Alonso, and they give you little updates now with scoring in the top left when you are doing these player locks. You can see how they scored their first 4 runs of the game, and Pete definitely ain't helping here with the pop-up to catcher. So this obviously isn't going to go ahead and start off very well for us, as we are already down 7-0 now, as Noda hit a solo home run, another 2-run home run by Fredette. I had to go see who was starting this game because I forgot who was on the mound. Jackson Wolf, 4 innings, 5 earned already, and then they've got a Johan Oviedo already, and he's already given up just 1. But we're already down 7-1. Runners are at first and second though here for Pete, as we do have a great chance here to possibly try to mount a little bit of a comeback. TJ Atone, we're in the bottom of the 8th here, so he's coming in full relief now as he looks at the sinker at the hips. He'll go ahead and take his trip on back to the dugout. TJ Atone's first strikeout there of the game. And not much came from Pete Alonso's performance there. Now, let me know if you guys want me to still show more of those, but he did go 0 for 4 today, so I feel like kind of pointless to show that. That's where we weren't really doing much action. Didn't really get much out of him. 10 hits today. Got 2 guys contribute with 3 of them, though. And then Cabrian Hayes responsible for the only RBI today, as Oviedo cleaned everything up for a little bit. And Jordan Hicks had a clean start, so dropping his ERA under 4 for the first time this season, which is great. And in game 2, I want to go and get it started with Henry Davis. So I picked 2 of our most hottest hitters, other than the 0 for 4 game. Pete was on fire, hitting around 290, 300 here in the beginning stages. Henry's been well above the 290 range all year, as we go ahead and get a fly ball out to right field, going deep into the glove of the outfielder, but at least it'll be a sacrifice fly to move that runner on up. And with 1 out, we have a chance to at least score that. So we go here to the top of the 9th now. Once again, a pretty defensive game here, 1-1. The runner's going to take off for second base. We're going to fire that one with Davis, and we got him at second base. One of the things that, catcher, if you're playing defense for it, it doesn't make you do the whole game or even like call the pitches. You don't even really call the pitches. You just got to make sure that you move that glove where they're throwing the ball. Then, of course, you have plays like that where you get to throw somebody out, or a play like this where we have bases loaded and we get a 6-2-3 double play. One of the rare double plays that you can get into, but it also keeps this game going and extends it into extra innings, where we're going to take over full control now. Davis is the runner at second base, so I went in full control mode here as they hit Pete to walk him down at first. And Brian Hayes, game is still tied 1-1, so we could walk this off with a hit here. There is one out. And Fernando Cruz is trying to look to get the Reds up out of here as that's a splitter up in the zone. That's going deep back into right field in the gap. We're going to go ahead and move the runner up on this one. The throw's going to come into third base, up the line of scrimmage. I said line of scrimmage. Y'all can tell which sport is my favorite by just the puns that we be using here throughout the games. But now we have runs at the corners, and Santander has a chance to be clutch here as he takes this one out to right field. Got underneath it, though, and we will see more extra innings. Going and jumping into the 11th, they have Johan Oviedo. Still in and pitching. He's been doing okay here at the beginning of the year. Not terrible, but not great. But right now I need him to be excellent here. Runner at second base with that extra inning runner. Chopper on the ground to Cruz. Easy throw to first, gets the outs. But that's a productive out for the Reds. Exactly what they need. Now Tyler Stevenson, any ball in the air could score that runner. And if you're going to put it on the ground, maybe the second base would be your best option here. Otherwise, it could either be a throwout or he's just going to stay. 1-1 here from Oviedo. Chopped on the ground, base hit up the middle. Even better if you're going to put it on the ground, might as well make it a hit. And that's an RBI single to give their extra running around. We'll see if they can get a little bit extra because you know we're going to have a similar chance to do that in the bottom half. So really, this extra running kind of just puts, I mean, it's really kind of the same thing. I mean, it puts a little bit more stress on the second team if the other team's able to score this across. But already starting at second base, 2 fly ball outs and that runner scoring. So, I mean, it makes it a little bit easier. So, it's really kind of the first to score 2 runs is really what your really goal is. Or at least to stop 2 runs. So, that strikeout will help there. Spencer Steer will come up next. Pop this one out to center field. Pete Crow Armstrong coming in to grab it. And that'll be the final out of the 11th. So, take things to the bottom half. They're going to bring in Tanner Scott, their closer, who is 6 for 6 on opportunities this season. And we have Santander at second base. So we're going to go ahead and try to opt for a little bit more speed here. And our option there for the best would be Sung Chi Chang. Low 80 speed. So a base hit up the middle could score him. Ball in the gap will definitely score him. As Reynolds takes that 4-seamer upstairs and chops it away. Quick 0-2 count. In on the hands, that's a slider that will drop in front of the center fielder. That's when we went and got more speed for. The throw's going to come into the plate. Not in time. Tying this ball game back up. We scored ours easily and didn't have to sacrifice any outs to do it. And now that'll bring up O'Neal Cruz. As he checks his swing there, he'll go around for strike number 1. Not moving the runner up at all. We don't have too much speed there to try to steal attempts. It looks like that'll be a pop fly out to the left to go ahead and put things with 2 outs. Just that quick. As that ball's going to go and get away, go all the way to first. We're going to try to move up on it. No, we try to go back last second as we see. I thought for a second maybe the first baseman wouldn't go get it. Or wasn't over there in time to cover. He might have been at second. So that's a mental blunder on my part. Now we're going to have to see even more extra innings here. As we're going to have to do it all over again in the 12th. Popping this one up to Alonso though. Already a better start than the 11th for Johan, as he's able to face now Ellie De La Cruz. Real life, one of the best young up-and-coming prospects here on the game, chopping over to third and getting them their second out. That's what I like to see. And then we're going to face Will Benson here. That runner at second still is yet to move, so getting out of this would be crucial. Swinging up the 4-seamer upstairs. And there it is. Now all we got to do is get our men's around. Tamar Johnson gets a slider in the hands. He pops this one in the right field. That's kind of deep. Are we going to test it? We will. Throw's going to go into third base. It's going to be up the line a little bit, and we're in there. Yeah, it's Pete Alonso going over there. So now it'll be up to Henry Davis. The man we play a lot to come in. He's been 0 for 4 today. Hasn't done much. Does have a throw out at second. And now he's looking to be the hero of the game. 1-1. Back up the middle. Base hit for the Pirates. And that'll be a walk-off victory. It's oh so poetic. The man we entered in with the player lock. We switch over to full game. And the player lock character still walks it off. You got to think, too. Who knows if he would have had that opportunity had we not gone full game mode. But it's poetic that it happened in this sense. As we go to get the dub here, man, 3-2. Giving up 11 hits is crazy, but getting 10 hits and only 3 runs is also crazy from our offense. So Gets that double negative, cancels it out. Johan ended up going 5 1/3 to get this victory too. Really settling into that long relief role. An extreme long relief. Basically had a start here in today's game as we got 10 hits, like I said, as a team. Shout out to Pete and Samar getting those 2-hit games for us. Crow, 2 triples. Get up to 4 on the season. 8th RBI. And it leads us into week 3 of scouting to go ahead and take a look at some of these players a little bit more. Catching back over to the first baseman now, starting to see 35%. You see, okay, shrinking back down. Now he's back down to number 9 on our board. 69 there from 180. Okay. So we're starting to see guys come back down to earth a little bit here. Phil's now at 10. And he's 14th on the board, so already better on ours. 70-98 potential. 50-78 starting out at 18 years old. In left field, good defense, good offense. Oh my goodness, this is good stats. Only thing he doesn't have is speed, which I mean, I'm fine with not having speed. We got plenty of speed guys on the team. Let's get some more bats. And then you got Doug Watson here, moving down to 11th on the board. So we'll have some options at the 2 pick on what we want to do. So I like that. We'll keep, like I said, we'll keep updating you guys on those mini, updates as we kind of go along. Let you guys know what we're kind of thinking there. But jumping into game 3, we want to look now at one of our hottest rookies, Tamar Johnson, batting .320 on the young season already. And you saw he was a pretty decent part of that win yesterday as he had that the RBI that tied up the game. But as you can see here, home runs, singles, RBI singles, 2 RBI singles, and it is quickly 9-0 here in the bottom of the 7th. And not much one rookie can do. 0 for 2 already on the day. As he's showing some patience here, though, even to count up 2-2 against Hunter Green. The flamethrower, that's going to be a ball hit up the middle. They're going to try to throw over to second. Not in time. Way too slow for that. And definitely weren't getting the runner at first. So he at least loads the bases here. And then Henry Davis watches 4 straight to go ahead and walk home a run. And at least we will not be shut out here today. They already go to TJ Atone, though, next to go ahead and try to close this ball game out. And he gets the strikeout on his first pitch somehow. They really got to fix that bug. It's not that hard. He was in a 1-2 count. You could at least put 3 pitches up on the thing. But it is what it is. Cruz hits a 2-run home run, getting into a 9-3 game now. And then Johnson getting a base hit into the outfield. Now, obviously, it's going to take a long shot here. We need to come down from 6 runs. There's already 1 out. And then Davis chops this one on the ground. That'll go into the outfield for a base hit. Johnson's going to go ahead and round this one, go for 3rd. Why not? We're already losing. Throw goes in, and it's not in time. I don't know how he slid in ahead of that tag. I swear it looked like we were out. But why not? We're losing by this much. We got to take some risks. This is a pop-up by Jared out into the outfield. This is kind of shallow, but Johnson's going to take off again. We're losing big. Why not? And that throw is offline. If he throws a good ball, even maybe just a little slower, but it gets it on target, he probably has the out. Now, of course, they're probably operating the same way we were. Who cares? Because they're up big. And they end up winning 9-4. We didn't score again after that. Hunter Green, 6 2/3 innings of work. Pretty good game for him. 17 hits as a team. The Reds were on fire. We only managed to get 5 and score 4 off of those 5. So shout out to Cruz with the 2 RBIs, getting up to 9. Davis up to his 12th RBI. Jarrett Jones, another bad start. So it kind of looks like he's going on again, off again with those starts. As after that road trip, or after that home trip, we faced the Giants again after losing 1-2, and we lose the same way, 1-2. And the win, we scored 8 runs there for us. But now we have a series on the road against Miami and Cleveland. It looks like we're kind of going on a pretty, common run here. 6 games on the road, 6 games at home. It's kind of being really standard. Really kind of put together, really modish. I don't know. But after another week of scouting, we're now 50% of the way done on some of these guys. And Cortez continues to rise up our board, going now to number 8. And number 2 over the overall MLB board. So really interested in this. 73-98 on his potential still at 18 years old. So has a lot of growth to do. Can play actually the corner outfield spots too as well, which is crazy. And then I wanted to look here too. Second base, I noticed actually is ranked very, very low for us, 27th. So I just wanted to see, what other opportunities were there out there. Because obviously, we don't want to just lock in on certain positions. We want to be able to have guys that we can take late that actually can make a, I'm not just guessing. So I want to get some more info. Now, first, we're going to finish out these profiles of these 3 guys that could be our number 2 overall pick here on Cortez, Watson, and Murdoch. Let me know down in the comment section which of these numbers do you like the best. Pause the video real quick. Look at it. Who do you think looks the best right now at 50%? We'll get those guys fully scouted. It should take them up to 90-95% to where we'll be done and have a good idea of what we want to do. Goodness gracious, 18-3. Heck no, I don't need to jump in that game. Y'all already blowed them out enough. 18-3 victory as we sweep the Miami Marlins. 22 hits as a squad. I mean, we gave up 13, so I mean, yeah, it's not like we were the only ones hitting, but 22 hits, 18 runs, 5 in the ninth, 6 in the fifth, 3 hit ball games from Pete, Brian, the other Pete, Alonzo, 4 hit games from Brian and Anthony, a multi-hit game from Sung Chi Chang with 2, and then everybody else had 1. 5 RBIs for Pete, 4 for Anthony, Brian, and Pete Crow Armstrong at the top of the lineup. And that just shows how well we're hitting. If our number 1 hitter is getting 4 ribbies, that means the bottom of the lineup is doing its job. And then Marco Gonzalez, I mean, you didn't have to really do much today. 5 innings, 3 earned. Probably could have even let you go even longer. They just to save up the bullpen. But Johan Oviedo came in a clean, spotless start. 4 innings of no earned runs. 3.34 ERA. This is top tier baseball that I like to see. Getting right into a Cleveland series here that we would love to take this as well. Coming off of a sweep. Let's see if we can keep this winning streak going. Pitching is looking good. Bats are looking good. We are 15-14, while Cleveland is 18-11. You guys remember Cleveland too was pain in my existence when I was in the last series with the Tigers. Since we were always fighting with them for either division or playoff wins, and it's a very, very tough team to beat. So we'll see if they're the same way in this year's game with a new lineup of teams. But my offense is looking good, and Tanner Beebe is the guy that we're going to face here today. 31 innings of work through 5 games. Only has won 1, but a 1.3 whip, 3.7 ERA tells me that he knows how to keep the ball out of play, in a glove, and limit those runs. As Pete Crow Armstrong is set up here to lead off the day for us. Batting .298 now in the season. He tries to put down a bunt. Going down the third baseline. Great one-hand, bare hand pickup, and he's got him at first. The 99 speed could not save him. I don't know. They just don't make 99 speed like they used to with Ichiro. I'm just saying. Ichiro would have beat that out. That's why I keep thinking I got with Pete Armstrong. When I see 99 speed, I think Ichiro immediately. Bunt singles and infield singles should be easy to get. But one thing that is easy is Cabron Hayes' swing. It's easily caught, at least. Anthony up next, hitting .245 now. Kind of cooled off from that hot start in the beginning of the season. As he grounds out as well. And that'll end the first. Bringing up our guy, Jordan Hicks. Making it back into the rotation, man. He's made 1 start already this season. We go ahead and replace one of our starters already. Move them to the long relief role, Jackson Wolf. And let Jordan Hicks try to get another crack at the starting rotation. What a perfect time to do it against a hard team to see if he can hold his own against them, and already trying to go for the head. Already trying to get a little dangerous here is Jordan Hicks as he gets that sinker inside on the hands. I think that's where he was trying to aim it for last time. At least they may get him off the plate a little bit, may throw it in the inside part of the plate a little bit easier, and gets those swings and misses as well. As that's the first strikeout of the game, will be the first out as well. And one thing about Jordan, he has a flamethrower for a four-seamer. He's known as a sinker baller, but that slider break is something else. It'll get plenty more strikeouts than you're used to. That combined with his screw curve, I can throw either one and get strikeouts, as that's already 2 of them here early in the game. And then Josh Naylor hitting this one in off the hands, pulling it, going deep back towards the wall of Santander. It'll get down and bump up against the wall. This will be a 2-out double to start the game, the first hit of the game for either team. They were able to read that inside pitch that time, but David Fryer will just chop the first pitch he sees on the ground. Screw curve gets us out of it. And we're out of this inning cleanly, still 0-0. We go top of the second here. Brian Reynolds batting .364 on the season, starting to heat up even more. Boys looking like team MVP for year 2 already. Let me know if you guys want me to bring that back. So I know we did that in the last series, letting you guys vote on the MVP of the team at the end of the year. Let me know if you guys want me to bring that back. We'll definitely add that back into the comment post in the community tab on the channel. But here, after the big walk to first, Cruz will do the same. And 2 walks back to back brings up, well, 2 walks followed by a strikeout will bring up Tamar Johnson as this ball gets away. Going back on the backside, throw goes on the third base, not going to be in time or handled cleanly. And Tamar Johnson has a great chance to get 2 RBIs here early with the 3-2 count. Liner back up the middle. It's a circle change. Going right to center field, but we're going to test that arm and see if he's got it in him. Throw it to the plate. Will be on target, but not in time. Sack fly to RBI for Tamar Johnson. Already getting an early RBI in this game, giving us an early lead, and then Davis gets perfect timing on it, but grounds it right to the shortstop. As that'll go ahead and end our run here. We'll go bottom 3. After a clean second inning for Jordan Hicks. Focus on him to see if he can lock down this starter role. And hopefully be somebody that we can count on as a 5th starter, as we can't count on home runs to save our lives. Solo home run. Taken way back in the right field. Andres Jimenez, 4th of the season. 421 feet. Ties the ball game up for Cleveland. And just as I'm talking about trusting somebody, he makes me realize why I got trust issues. Oh, whoa. Shout out Drizzy on that, man, for the vocals. But vocals will not save us from giving up these hits. As the inning is still going and Jordan Hicks is still getting rattled. Balls being hit right back at him. No diddy. Runner at first base. First pitch he sees will be swung on a miss as they're back up to the top of their lineup. Stephen Kwan back up again. As it was the bottom of the order doing damage against us. Let's hope the top of the order doesn't get just as hot with the 0-2. Chops us on the ground to Hayes. This should be an easy double play. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No, I'm saying, but great double play there to go ahead and get us out of the little jam there. And then another ground ball here to Johnson. He'll go and take care of this one on the run. And we're out of there. So you do tie up the ball game, though, thanks to Andres Jimenez and that solo home run. But we'll go to the top of the 4th, looking to get our offense back up and going as O'Neal Cruz back up again after walking in his last at bat. 385 in his last 3 games, so starting to heat up a little bit here. Let's hope he doesn't cool off today as he does ground over to second off the curve. We got home run maker Pete Alonso. As you can see, doing just that too. I was literally just saying that my man came in. We signed him to go get these bombs, and he's doing his job to perfection here, giving us the lead back. Load up the cannon and clear the deck. It is a solo shot for Pete Alonso, his 8th of the season, 418 feet on that one. As he says, anything you can do, y'all know how the line finishes. Jump up top, grab your solo shot, grab your popcorn and milkshakes as the fans are upset and crying, and go ahead and give my man the home run blade. Now it'll be up to Tamar Johnson, batting .294. On a young season. Henry Davis right behind him batting .300 too, so I'm walking him at your own risk can only lead to more trouble. His 3rd walk of the game already behind Tanner. Runner at first base. Can we keep this rally going with Henry? Watches a strike at the knees. 1-2. Chops one on the ground. This will get past the second baseman. Sees that double play depth. And we'll go ahead and have runners at first and second now. Still only 1 out. Jared Trilio will get in with a chance to get an early RBI here. Tanner closing in on 60 pitches already. That's going to be a fly ball going out to right field. Gloved in. We're going to go ahead and move Johnson over to third base. There we go. Leaving it up to PCA to go ahead and actually just fly out. Thought he might have been able to get an RBI chance there. At least we do get the lead back. Thanks to Pete Alonso. Able to go ahead and bounce back. And we're going to keep things with our offense here with Anthony Santander. Also brought in to hit them bombs. So it'd be great to see him hit 1-2 now. As we're top of the 5th. 1 out. 1 guy down already. Gets his way into a full 3-2 count here. That's going to be a long fly ball. You already know the camera angle. You know what we got to do. Load up the cannonballs and clear the deck. It's a solo shot home run for Anthony Santander. His 6th of the season. Not as hardly hit, but just as effective. Second verse, same as the first. Give me my 3-1 lead. And of course, you know we got to go back to our pitching, man. Jordan Hicks, pretty clean innings here up to this point. We're at the 5th inning now. See if he can make his way through this one. 49 pitches through as we get the strikeout down low. Sinker doing it for us. 4 strikeout of the game through only 4 1/3. Not doing too bad in the strikeout department. So we get a pop-up here. Reynolds coming in, giving chase. That'll get down just in front of the glove. Little bloop single. Maybe shortstop O'Neal probably could have went back and grabbed that one, but kind of conceded that one to the outfielder. Maybe he got called off. We'll let that slide. Jimenez quickly in that 0-2 hole now. Runner at first. Chops us on the ground over to Hayes. This should be another 5, 4, 3, almost. So he at least got the lead runner that time. He gets able to beat it out though at first base. Keep this rally going with 2 outs. And he's going to steal off for second base. He's going to be in there cleanly with a swipe of second. Chopped on the ground though. Hayes this time going to once again do it again over the first. Testing him a lot today, and he's passing every single time as we're through 5 innings cleanly. And they're going to their bullpen. Daniel Espino will be coming in to face off against our offense after just 5 innings of work. It was all they needed to see from their young starter. And now he's got to face our 6, 7, and 8 guys, which is kind of dangerous too. Like our whole lineup is pretty dangerous when they on fire at least. 1-2 count here leads to, or so 1-2 count. 1 for 2 on the day leads to his first walk of the day after hitting a home run last time. I understand pitching cautious. And then Tamar Johnson being vigilant as well as he watches that curveball low. Gets a 4-seamer that he wanted to turn on, just got late on it. This one's going to be popped for an easy glove there by the shortstop. Look at that cloud, bro. That cloud looks kind of weird in center field. Can we talk about that? That thing is not moved either. Like, they have no movement graphics on those clouds, unless that's just one of those clouds that just don't move. It's been right there hovering the whole time. Look like the Batman symbol almost. It's like a butterfly symbol. Nah, that's like your back after a back day. I don't know. It's like missing a chunk out of it too. It's like somebody like made pork chops, but no, it's an apple. It's an apple. Somebody took a bite out of it. That's the Adam and Eve apple. But no, that is an Adam and Eve double down the right field line. At least that's going to go ahead and be another RBI for us and give us a 4-1 lead here. As we're going to continue to add on these runs here late. You cannot put the bullpen in and think you're just going to be safe, as that's going to be a base hit from Pete Crow Armstrong. RBI, we're going to hold the second runner behind, but we're going to actually move Pete over to second base with that 99 speed. They're watching out for the home, and we were able to sneak in behind them. I almost said on their dome, but then all that say no diddy. But Brian Hayes will fly this one out to right field. It'll be gloved in. We're going to move both runners up, get another RBI here, and just like that, the 3-1 lead turns to a 6-1 lead. As they got to go back to their bullpen again and bring in Xavier Curry. 6 games this season hasn't been too bad. 14 2/3 innings pitched, 2.45 ERA, 14% strikeout rate. We'll look to lower that number a little bit as we don't really strike out that often here as a team, as a unit. We put balls in play so that way they can make mistakes. Santander, 2 outs already. Let's see, he'll foul that 4-seamer back. He had pretty good timing on it, just got underneath it. That one he won't get underneath, though, as that's going deep out the center field, way back at the wall. That ball is gone. Anthony Santander, 2-run shot, his second of the game. As man, I hope y'all kept that deck clear as number 7 was coming through right after. 414 feet to center field, and that shot will go ahead and put us up big here in the 6th, and it's starting to look really, really ugly for the Guardians. Y'all can bring in whoever y'all want to relief pitch. We still gonna get our runs by any means necessary. As Reynolds now is gonna try to keep this inning going. He's 0 for 2 on the day, but you know he's got a little bit of pop in that bat if he can get a hold of one. 4-seamer upstairs, not much you can do with that. The 1-1. And what I tell you, if you give him what he can get a hold of, he is taking it deep. No diddy. Solo shot home run, clear the deck once again. The cannonballs are coming. 6th home run this season, 439 feet. I'm pretty sure that's the longest of the 4 today. I should say 5, including theirs. I'm pretty sure that's the longest one hit today, as it does give us a longer lead. And go ahead and pass my man, the Blade of Excellence. And that'll lead to O'Neal Cruz coming in now. Top of the 6th inning here. Still, as Curry is trying to find and navigate his way to get this last out if possible. But Cruz is not going to let that happen. 3 triples already this season. Hey, let's see a 4th one then. You know, when they show those stats, you got to go get that stat real quick, because that's going to be chopped on the ground at first. Throw will go back, and they got him. Great play and great read there from them to go ahead and get the runner at first, though. But we're going back to Hicks. We're going for 6 innings of work here. Can we get a quality start in his first time back into the rotation? Facing 1, 2, and 3 is what it's going to take to get it. So no easy task here, but it will be a grounder over the first off the sinker, the ground ball pitch. And we're able to at least get out number 1. Miles Straw will watch that one off the edge, though. Get a walk drawn. But remember, this is the ground ball specialist, so a double play is not out the realm of possibility here, especially with Josh Naylor up next. You can really use a double play if you want that. 0-1. Low, Cruz, gloves it, throws over to first base to see if we can get the double up, but he slides back in safe, which is clean. But now it won't take a double play to get out of here. Any out will do. As David Fry chops us on the ground to Cruz. We're going to make another play throwing over to first, getting inside of the 6th. They're going to continue to go to their bullpen, bringing in Eli Morgan. Not much work here on the young season, but you probably used all your best relievers at this point, so you're trying to get somebody in just to finish out this game. The first man he has to see here, at least the third man he has to see, takes him deep over the long wall in left field. No diddies. That's another solo home run, the 5th of the day for the squad. Henry Davis is 7th on the year. Crazy exit below that one, 112 miles per hour. I love that they show you guys that stat too to show you how hard these balls are coming off the bat. That thing came in at like 95, 94 and left at, what was it? No, that thing came in at 79 and left at 100 and something, 112. These balls are getting rocketed into those seats. Imagine being in those seats and trying to catch the ball. Like, that's why I be saying, like, I don't know how y'all be getting these home run balls, but it couldn't be me. I need that glove. That's how I need to bring my glove to the ballpark. I wonder if they sell gloves. Anybody's been to a baseball game? I went, but it was like a long time ago. It was a class trip, so I don't know. I didn't really get to go to the concession stand. Do they sell gloves at the games? Like, can you go buy a glove at the game so you can catch the home run balls, or you just got to come with one? And let me know down below. I really want to know that. I want to know if they sell it, because if they don't, that's a great. I would be doing that easily. Selling gloves, like, make it really cheap too, like maybe like $3 or something like that. Like, just so like really cheap gloves so they can catch home run balls possibly. Like, think about how many times maybe a home run won't get hit that game and somebody just wasted their money. I know, not ethical, but as far as business strategy goes, you're trying to make that money. I'm just saying, good tactic. But we're finally going to step into our bullpen back here. Jordan Hicks was very tired, so 6 strong innings of work, though. We're very proud of that. We're going to go with Jonathan Lewasga as we have a 10-1 lead now here in the 7th inning, so we're not really worried about much. But we do have 2 guys on here with only 1 out. And Andres Jimenez is at the plate. Chopping that one foul. So we'll at least be a quick 0-2 count. Let's see if we can get something on the ground here to end this inning.
1-2.
Trying to throw it in the dirt to get him to hit it underneath. And that's going to be a ball that's flied out to left center field. Armstrong giving chase, but won't be fast enough to get it. He's going to have to play this one off the wall. The throw's going to come in, but a run is going to score easily. And we'll have runners at 2nd and 3rd now with now a 10-2 lead for the Pirates. Still nothing to kind of worry about. They still have to bat around to make anything happen here. And then Cruz gets a nice little chopper over to him. The 3rd runner will score. But we also are going to get the 2nd out of the inning, so conceding out for a run there. And then Stephen Kwan up next. First pitch he sees is a sinker in on the knees. See all the pitches that we have to throw sinkers? And you wonder why Jerry Jones was able to learn one so effectively and quickly? Because that's going to be a throw over to first base. Easy way to get out of the inning there by Johnson. And we'll stay with our pitching here as we keep the 10-3 lead after the 8th. And Jonathan trying to look to close this one out for us if possible. The pitch count is going to start becoming effective, especially if we walking guys. We're up to 21 already here as John Naylor fouls one away. Chopping on the ground, chopping on the ground. Quick 0-2 count. Now you're going down. I almost had the bars, but I mean, it technically did go down. So that's going to be a double play, 4-6-3. So we're going to get 2 quick outs back to back. Great play there by Johnson to close up the middle of that field. He's got great fielding range, honestly. Like, I feel like he's got better fielding range than our shortstop. Might have to make that switch between him and O'Neal and let them play opposite positions. But then here goes Pete Alonso getting one himself and taking it to the bag. And that'll get through 8 innings of work, taking us to the 9th. Where we look to go ahead and close things out here. They're going to bring in Trevor Stefan. 12 games this season, 3 holes as he looks to try to keep the lead where it is. stop the bleeding as much as possible and get them to the bottom half of this inning with only down 7. But that's not going to work if Cruz is getting base hits off perfect swings. Perfectly hit, 112 miles per hour, but no airtime underneath it will lead to just a rocketed base hit instead of a homer. And then Henry Davis, who was already 3 for 4 on the day, looking to maybe add another hit or RBI total as we had 2 outs back to back. He will go and swing this one into the outfield. His 4th hit of the day looks like it's going to be extra bases. That's going to get up against the wall. Cruz is going to head around home. He's going to go ahead and score easily with no throw. And it's an RBI double for Henry Davis to get us up 11-3. His 3rd double of the year will take us to the bottom of the 9th, where Jonathan will look to just go ahead and close this one out. No need to pull the rest of the bullpen in if he can help it. Even though he is getting tired, 30 pitches through. We just want to see this game end here without having to go to the bullpen too much. I thought that ball might have been gone. Slater definitely was not where we wanted to get it, so that tiredness is starting to get to him. But maybe it's getting to them too as they swing and chase for yet another strikeout. And then Bo Naylor chops the sinker into the dirt. Trying to make something happen with that swing, being a little impatient. Comes right back to the sinker inside on the hands this time to give him some more room to get it in play. And we'll go ahead and take that one. Johnson Gray playing second base and clutching his midsection. Really? On the second to last play of the game, he might have pulled something in his abductors. We'll have to bring in the other rookie, Chang, and hope that Johnson isn't hurt long term. Making a simple routine play, and now my boy hurt himself throwing the ball a little too hard when he didn't even have to throw it. He could literally just lob it. Unfortunately, that wouldn't lead to the end of the game right after. You see that base hit drops right in front of Pete. Just didn't have the speed to get there. Didn't dive for it or anything. So Andres Jimenez will have a chance here with Che. Making the final play too. He had to come in, make a play real quick, get out of there. Get one quick put out for the stats. Help with that Gold Glove Award. Talk maybe, possibly. But we're going to go ahead and get out of here, man, with the dub. 11-3 against Cleveland, man. That keeps the winning streak going now to 4. After the sweep. Oh, that's right. This is game 2. My fault, yo, guys. We did lose game 1, so it ended the winning streak of 3. And maybe starting up a new winning streak here where we can go ahead and come back and take this series. As Anthony Santander gets player of the game, 3 for 4, 2 homers, 3 RBIs. Great game by him. Him alone would have just had us at a tie. So shout out to the 3 hits from him, the 4 from Henry Davis. Everybody's going to have 1 except for Tamar, who did have a goose egg in today's game. But RBIs wise, Pete's up to 25 now. Santander's at 22 with his 3. And now go ahead and basically kind of take us to the end of April, man. We have 1 game left against Cleveland. We're down 4-3 here in the top of the 8th with 1 out. And that'll end up being the final score there that time. We're going into one more day of scouting here before the end of the video. We lose the first game and second game to Minnesota as Tamar Johnson will come back off the injured list. And at 95% scouted. I like what I'm seeing. 2, 4, and 3 on our boards. So, I mean, we always have the second pick. So, Doug Watson is within range. He's got great contact, good power, good vision for the future. Defense looks like it's going to be pretty good. Elite fielding and elite speed with good strength, accuracy, and reaction. Could be a really good center fielder for us. There's Julian Cortez, who I really do want a first baseman in. 4th on our board here, 18 years old, 79-95 potential, 59-75 overall. So, probably starting in the 60s. Good contacts versus good contact, good hitting versus right, like elite hitting versus right. Good versus left with even more power. He's going to have good vision. The defense is where he does kind of lack, but he's going to be coming in and getting a good bat. I think that's serviceable fielding. Then you got Phil Murdoch, 3rd on our board, 79-95 potential. Same kind of thing going on here. The only thing that he got different is like weaker power versus right, better fielding. But of course, he's in the outfield, so it doesn't kind of help too much. But I'm thinking Julian Cortez, bro. I'm really liking these numbers. I like that he's got good hitting numbers and serviceable fielding. Everything's at average kind of over there. Just below average arm strength, which at first base we don't need. So I think we kind of found who we might go with our first pick. I have been saying I want corner infield. At first base is definitely a need and necessity with P. Alonso and the deal that we've kind of got him on structure. Another position that's kind of the same way as right field. So I want to look here at Robert Matsui, 65-99 on his potential, 88 on the draft board or our board already. So I want to try to get as much of him done as possible. We're looking at 3rd baseman in Central, international relief pitchers too as well. So we're not in the same spot as last year, just kind of guessing and drafting random relief pitchers. We'll have a little bit more details and a lot of the back end top 100 players at relief pitcher or international. So that's how we came in with those decisions, man. And next time out, we will get through the month of May and possibly through the month of June. I'm not sure exactly how far we're going to go. Like I said, we're slowing it down a little bit, but not too slow. And you can see here, we're 16 and 17 now, 4 games behind the Reds, who are starting to heat up here recently. And so are the Brewers, 7 and 3 in the last 10. They're starting to heat up a little bit. Cardinals and Cubs is kind of slacking off, kind of a little bit falling out of it, but we'll look to see if we can stay in the mix, stay in the wild card mix for the season. But it does look like the Reds are starting to run away here early. But it's a long 162 game season for a reason. So if you guys are enjoying and liking the content, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe on your way out the video. Just show that love and support for your boys. We're on the road to 1K. And give me feedback on what you guys want to see more of from the series. Hope you guys do enjoy it. It's been your boy SGG, aka the King of Games, aka SmooveGotGame, aka GM Smooth. And I'll catch you guys in the next Pittsburgh Pirates review video, baby. I'm out. Later.